get an LS. Today we're gonna get prepared to pull the small block out. I'm gonna drain the coolant while that's draining. Kind of get the wiring off, carburetor off, the rad out, fan, yada yada. And then if we have time, head underneath, undo the drive shaft, exhaust, that sort of thing. Undo the headers, motor mounts. So anyways, yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll get you guys in here so we can take a look. And yeah, still not sure if this is the right choice or not, but I got everything pretty much to do it. I'll probably keep this small block around. I'd also like to find out what it is. It's kind of a mystery right now. So anyways, I'll get you guys in here and we'll go from there. Alright, now that I got you all in here, what we're going to do is we're going to open the petcock on the radiator. Get that draining. I already got a pan down there. Pull off the carburetor, all linkages and that junk. I'll probably end up pulling the wires and probably the HEI right out. This motor is in the V6 position and it's really pushed against the firewall. It's not going to come out with that distributor in that spot. Well, after this is done draining, we'll deal with the rad hoses and I'll deal with the wiring while it's draining. So anyways, let's, without further ado, let's get this going here. Okay, I think the petcock's plugged up. Just got a little screwdriver here. I'm just gonna, oh yeah, it's full of crap. There we go. Just plugged up with stuff. I'll open up the rad cap so you get better flow. There we go, now we're draining. Up there. Forgot, just disconnect these battery cables. While that coolant's draining, I'm actually going to cut all this electrical tape off this top rad hose. I think because this was a 6-cylinder truck, the wiring's kind of weird. It comes from over here. I'm not sure if that's something somebody did or that's stock for a 6-cylinder, but it looks like crap, so we're going to change that. I'm used to having one-wire alternators, not this factory old stuff that I'm kind of rigged on here, and that's gone forever now. Now I gotta figure out what a tab. Oh wait, tab. Okay, that's our power wiring. Sneak this over here. Like I said, there's a bunch of crap going on here. I am not sure. Stuff taped up. You can see there's a wire ran back there, taped up. So I'm not sure what is actually going on here, to be honest. I think the next course of action, let's take the carburetor off. Just pull off this PCV hose, this vacuum hose for there. Alright guys, carburetor should be all ready to come off. They're all those linkages all off, vacuum lines off, unbolted. There's an adapter plate underneath this thing too. I'll grab it in a second. So this being a Holley's, most Holleys are a square bore. This intake's actually a spread bore. So I had a gasket. And then this plate adapts the two. Next thing, we're going to take the stripper cap off. We'll grab a screwdriver. Alright guys, this will be the first time I've actually looked at this cap. Apparently, the clip for the module is actually broken. Cap off. It's actually not too bad. Looks okay, it's probably not that old to be honest. What we'll do is we'll continue on here. I'm going to do this 9/16 bolt. And we're going to take the distributor right out. Just grab the distributor, kind of give her a little twist. Barely snuck through there with this motor this far back. Terrible. Now I think our coolant is done draining. We will disconnect our hoses. I expect there to be a little bit of coolant, but it shouldn't be too bad. Start here, get a little bit. Okay, still cooling there. I'm gonna shove. I'm gonna close this petcock actually. Oh no, it's still draining. I'm gonna grab a different pan. We'll drain out that water pump side. Okay. We'll disconnect the fuel lines. I'm just gonna cut it. They're terrible anyways. Oh yeah, that fuel line just cut ridiculously easy. Way too easy. All the Taylor wires are off. There we go. Wires are off. Same way to take off this shroud actually. Should be fairly easy. There we go. One shroud off. Didn't have the bottom bolts in. Just thread the bolts back in so you know where they went. I'm actually going to go ahead and take this fan off. It's going to give us a little bit more room. I'm going to end up pulling the rad out too, but just let it drain for now. Next thing we're going to do is undo these transmission lines. Spray some lube on them. Just make sure they come apart. Someone's used like brake line on here. Oh, jeez. Super tight. The one. Ever have something in your hand and misplace it right away? Alright, found it. I'm going to remove the rad next. Oh, jeez. Oh, hey, gotta make sure that rad support, those shroud supports are just thundered on there. You want your rad shroud flying off now. Holy smoke. Actually, what I'm going to do with these guys, I'm going to take them off. I'm just going to flip them backwards so I know where they are. That way when I'm leaning over, it hooks me, gouges the shit out of me. No, it's just so I know where they were. Those have been on there for a minute. There we go. So I think we're actually ready to pull this rad out. I'm not sure if I'm going to be reusing it with the LS. I might try. It fits and it's copper 72 rad. Might just try. Apparently still got coolant in it. Quite a bit. Alright, I gotta stop this fuel from leaking. I thought it would stop eventually, but it must be siphoning through. Got a bolt or something, shove it in there. Let's put a bolt there with the hose clamp just to hold it, you know. It's leaking everywhere. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do the power steering. Flip this like that for now. Howdy guys, we're back at it today. Took a couple days off. Just feeling under the weather. Had a cold, so had my dad pass by today. We ended up taking the hood off the truck. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go underneath and take off the headers, well, the collectors on the headers, undo the drive shaft, undo the shifter linkage, motor mounts, stuff like that. I don't think I'll film that. You guys have all seen stuff like that on other channels and stuff. It's not that big of a deal. And yeah, I'll bring it back in after I get that done. And we're almost ready to pull this little small block out. All right, we got the truck jacked up here. Got some good I think they're 3-ton jack stands, something like that. Heavy duty ones I use on my diesel. Yeah, the motor's basically ready to pull out, like I showed earlier. This was actually, I did most of this a couple days ago, but it's pretty much ready. I'm gonna go underneath right now and do the collectors. And then yeah, we'll go from there. I might try to set you guys up underneath there. I thought there wouldn't be room, but I'm gonna give it a shot. All right, guys, I got you underneath here. It's pretty tight. I got the drive shaft out. I got a, I'll try to get light here. Got a glove over the output shaft to stop it from leaking. This transmission's gotta be the most greasiest transmission I've ever seen. It's just ridiculous. Got the shifter linkage disconnected, collectors disconnected. I tried taking out the cross member, but it's bolted up top. I don't think I can get the top bolts out. So I'm gonna try just pulling out the motor and transmission like this. Hopefully that output shaft can clear the cross member. Yeah, I think I'm ready to drop this back down and we'll go back up top and pull these headers off and then probably pull it out. Guys, I'm just in the middle of pulling out this small block. Do yourself a favor. If you're putting a small block in a 6-cylinder truck, make sure these frame mounts are in that front hole, because holy, these back bolts back on the header there, it's like 1/8 of a turn a time. It's probably gonna give me like 20 minutes just to take out those back bolts. I'm almost there. Aha! I got the bugger out of there. Only took about 20 freaking minutes. All right, guys, I'm pretty much ready to actually yank this out. I realized something. This motor's so far back that these valve covers are gonna hit. It's like absolutely no clearance. So I'm gonna actually pull this out with the valve covers off. I don't want to screw up these valve covers. They're actually reproduction. Holley makes them. They're not original like 70s MT valve covers. They're just reproduction ones, but I don't want to screw them up. The only thing I got left to do is grab the engine hoist. It's sitting over there. And I gotta lift up the motor and pull out this bolt that's just stuck in there. Other than that, I think should come out. All right, guys, we're gonna try to pull this motor out. Just got a chain hooked up here. I'm not sure how this is gonna work. It's not exactly the way I want to do it, but the motor's so far back, I can't put a bolt on the back of the head. So I have to try and do my best here. Shot. The other thing I gotta do is I gotta try to get this bolt out of here. Still stuck in there. Bolts out. Okay, bolts out. Let's get this shot for real now. Should lift off the engine mounts. Okay. Man, I don't know. See if I can go a little more. It's so close to the firewall. The transmission's with the firewall. This isn't optimal for sure. See if I can go a little more. It's so close to the firewall. The transmission's with the firewall. This isn't optimal for sure. See if I can get the slide back a bit. Set it back down, see if I can get the lift a little differently. That's under a lot of tension. Okay. I got it off the frame mounts now. I've jammed in the firewall. I'll lower it back down. A little bit, see if I can still be above that frame mount. Looks like I am. Man, I don't know how they got this in there. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, now we're in business here. Hell yeah. This is the first time I've ever lifted out a motor with the transmission. Actually, so far, I think I'm doing pretty good here. I mean, it's a truck, so it has lots of room. My cement floor is terrible, guys. It's really rough. It's hand poured. Makes everything a pain in the butt. What am I stuck on now? Leaking everywhere. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're gonna put this out of here. This leak and transmission fluid everywhere. My glove is absolutely full. Worked a bit, now it's just puking everywhere. Oh well. What do you do? These guys could have told me I had the windshield wiper hose stuck on there. Jeez. I'll have to give that a cut. Boing. Alrighty guys, we have success here. Small block's out of the truck. Some weirdness about it for a small block. I'll show you guys. Yeah, it's been a struggle, especially with the motor being in the V6 spot, but it's out. Alrighty guys, small block's out. There she is. So it turns out, it's really odd here. I've actually never seen this. This block is an 010 block, which is pretty typical for a small block. But it actually has 350 cast into it. And this seems to be really round here. I'm still confused about this block. I'm gonna have to do some digging. The suffix code is, see if I can see it here. It's hard to see, but the suffix code is T4U. I tried digging that up. If you guys could try to find that online, send me a link for it. I'd really appreciate it. I tried, I couldn't find anything. Only thing I found was someone mentioning it might be a service block. Yeah, this Turbo 350 it's working, but it is super freaking greasy and oily, so I'm gonna have to think about what I'm gonna do here. I have a couple Turbo 400s. I could put a Turbo 400 in here behind that 5.3. Yeah, I am not sure. We'll have to see. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna turn it inside there. It's dinner time. Yeah, tune in next time. We'll be doing some more work to the C10. And yeah, if you like it here, like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm looking to improve. I've ordered a microphone, so yeah. Thanks guys, thanks for the support. See you next time.